90-degree day in the summer, on a hot tar, all kinds of stuff like that. So I'm introducing to you the Polar Pooch, which is a self-cooling, non-toxic, durable vinyl mat. As you can see here, it's just like a placemat or a big doormat that has a layer of gel inside that has some science behind it that keeps it cool without any freezing or water or anything like that. Polar science, so it's an internal gel that's pressure sensitive. So I can either do this with my hand, I can conform the gel inside when the dog sits on it. The gel automatically has a catalytic effect where it starts to cool down. So it cools automatically after contact, and this will last about 3 hours. So if your dog were to sit on this mat for 3 hours, it would be cool for it for 3 hours. After that, the gel inside starts to warm up again. You would have to remove the pressure, remove the contact, I guess remove your dog, and it would start to warm up again, and then your dog would walk right back on right after 15 minutes, and the gel would restart to cool. Again, it's non-toxic, which is very important because you don't want your dog getting sick, a lot of vet bills, all that kind of stuff. So here, you have the pup cam for you. It's going to describe to you the Polar Pooch a little bit more.
And if you have carpets, there's nowhere to cool down. Introducing Polar Pooch, the revolutionary self-cooling mat that dogs love. This is no ordinary mat. The magic's in the pressure-activated gel core that begins cooling the moment weight is applied to the surface. And it keeps cooling for up to 3 hours. After 15 minutes of non-use, Polar Pooch is ready to start cooling all over again. Just look at the difference in these surface temperatures. Thermal imaging shows that Polar Pooch is clearly the cooler choice. Keep Polar Pooch on your dog's bed, in their crate, or wherever they like to lie down. For a cool treat they're guaranteed to love. Polar Pooch fits all size dogs, big dogs, small dogs, pedigree or mutts. From playful puppies to older arthritic dogs, it provides the cooling relief they seek. Built to last, Polar Pooch wipes clean, and it's completely portable. Perfect for walks, rides in the car, or to cool off at the dog park.
Oh, it's cool. It's getting a lot colder, actually. My dog would definitely love this because he's always hot looking for a cold spot.
She really likes it. Any dog would love this.
This would be perfect for all pets.
I might like one of these myself.
So if your dog is constantly moving from place to place, give him long-lasting cool comfort with Polar Pooch for just $19.99. Similar mats sell for $80, but you can get Polar Pooch direct from the factory.
So that's to give you guys a little more insight on the product itself. So some acquired sales success. We've had 1 million direct sales directly from our Telebrands website and our in-store warehouse over the last 2.5 years. We are endorsed by Puppy Love Magazine as 2016's #1 most essential canine accessory product. This is huge because this magazine hits thousands and thousands, tens of thousands of dog lovers around the world. It's a huge magazine in every bookstore, everything, so we can really attribute to this claim, really helped us with our sales success. So some reviews. Trina in 2016 said, "My dog is a Maltese and Shih Tzu mix. There's some thick fur from the Shih Tzu side and he loves it. It does seem to cool him down after being outside." Corey 2016 says, "My Doberman chewed off one of the corners the second day she used it and there was a small hole. The durable material only called for a lightweight patchwork by me." So dogs are dogs, they have sharp teeth. Unless I want to make the mat out of metal, which would not have the same effect, it's not really a big problem. The idea is a good one. I'm glad it's non-toxic. I was freaking out when I saw a little piece in her mouth. Again, that's a big reason why the non-toxic gel inside is important. And last one, Randy in 2016 said, "My dog has CHF and can't get heated." I believe that was a typo, but since it's a quote, I'm going to have to say, it's supposed to say "can't get cooled." This is great. It lets me travel and keep her cool even at home she seeks it out. So those are some testimonies to the product. So our in-store location. So it happens to be that the toy aisle for dogs is the #1 most visited aisle aside from the food aisle. We realized to you guys it makes sense not to remove food from the food aisle because there's so many kinds of dogs with so many different needs, so many different kinds of foods that's not practical for you guys, and we understand that. So we want to put it in the toy aisle. In your toy aisle, I noticed that you guys have a lot of toys that are dispersed over the wall. and are not actually contacting do repeat each other. So what we want you guys to do is just to overlap these aisles a little bit with more toys, creating a small space for us, and since our product is flat, we'll be able to collect them on the side, no problem. So the business offer pretty much just comes in 3 sizes, small, medium, and large, and we want to wholesale them to you for these prices at $12.99, $15.99, $18.99. And your recommended sales are at $19.99, $24.99, and $29.99 respectively. These are your recommended sales where all our other carriers of this product are selling this price. So at that point, price competition won't really be a big thing for you. If you notice the margins, at your small size, we're offering you guys about a 35% margin. At the medium size, we're offering you guys about almost a 36% margin. And at the large size, we're offering you almost a 37% margin. I believe it's like 36.8 and some change, something like that. So where you guys are going to get your competitive advantage, and we want you, is because you guys are the pet store. You guys are the household name pet store that everyone knows and everyone goes to. So we want to offer you guys exclusive colorways, red, white, gray, and green. So people would like to fit this on, depending on the color of their car, depending on the color of where they're putting it in their home. It makes it look a little nicer. We want to offer you guys primary shipment on all fulfillment. This means that if, say, you guys and Walmart were both to run out of product, we would be fully restocking you guys first. We want people to come to you, we know people will come to you, and we know our sales will be greater with you. And we also want to put in 6 weeks of PetMart branded TV advertisements in all your stores to really demonstrate the product as people walk in and see it for the first time. So, let's make a deal.
Can you like clean it? Like is it machine washable or anything?
It's not machine washable, but this is just like the vinyl mat, so you can just take like any Kleenex wipe or like anything and just wipe it off.
Yeah, the competitors.
Yes and no. The thing is that there are no direct competitors to this product because they don't really have the technology that we do that self-cools it. They have an underlayer you have to put in the freezer, all that kind of stuff. But they're also, like, I couldn't even tell you the name for it, and you're not really going to be able to go out and buy it in the stores because we're the only person carrying this specific kind of product in stores.
I don't want a video in my store. I want samples so that we can lay them down on the floor. And the pets that come in, they're always really hot. I have a dog. When you bring them in, they're panting the whole time. If she could lay down on that in the aisle and I could see if she likes it, that would be a better way.
Yeah, that's completely fine. We don't have any manufacturing problems. We have all the products we want to give you, so once you guys decide how many you want to take and fit in, there's no problem with that because I guarantee you will sell.
Is the gel technology patented because we don't want another knockoff company being made?
Yeah, that was the first thing we did in developing the product. The gel technology is patented.
Per dog, how much usage would you get out of that one mat?
Years and years. It does not have a lifetime guarantee. That's not something that we actually did. But
So you have no guarantee on it?
there's a guarantee that it will always work. There's no guarantee that your dog won't say like rip it open. If I have like my Shih Tzu sitting on it.
So I can buy it one day, my dog could go rip it up in a week and I'm just out of luck.
I mean, if that's the case and you contact us, I'm sure we can be pretty reasonable about it. But there's no lifetime guarantee. If you say you have a really aggressive pit bull that rips up even its dog bones, like anything with couches, there's no guarantee for us that it's not going to rip up this too. But, I mean, I can guarantee that as long as it's being used the way it's supposed to be used, it will last forever.
Did you recommend putting it in the toy aisle?
Yes.
Under that? What other aisles did you consider before you said the toy aisle?
The only other aisle I really considered was the dog food aisle. I didn't think that would be very pleasing to you considering that's your most frequently visited aisle for those products. Your highest sales are in that department. If you would like to move it to another aisle, I could definitely give you an opinion on that. And you go from there.
Why didn't you consider the dog bed aisle?
Because in the dog bed, because this is, well, your dog bed aisle is actually connected to your toy aisle. You guys kind of congregate your fluffy stuff all together. So it technically is in the dog aisle, and we just wanted to create our own little section in that area. Anyone else?
Yeah. On your pricing recommendation, it seems overly complex for our store. t-shirts, and I think they're small, medium, and large. I don't think that prices are different between different sizes. So I'm wondering whether you consider an average price that could be charged for each size, versus three distinct prices.
Yeah, I think if I go back and talk to my manufacturer, that's definitely a possibility. Like for your t-shirt example, I think the only difference is that t-shirts is cloth and like the exponential like price for using more cloth to create a t-shirt is not necessarily the same as the product that we put inside our actual bottom mat. So it becomes a little more expensive manufacturing wise because of the gel that we use. So that would be the only reason that the prices are a little different than how a t-shirt is.
How long does the cooling last for?
How long does the cooling last?
Yeah, the
Yeah,
cooling.
3 hours at a time.
It's 3, and then like, when he gets off and,
Yeah, by the time it comes back, I'm sure it'll be ready.
oh no.
So going back to the pricing example, if we use 3 different price points, we can't put the Polar Pooch in our circular or our ad, because we only use 1 price point. Are you willing to sacrifice being in the circular to have 3 price points?
That's honestly completely up to you. I do know that our small, this is actually a small size. I do know that our small size sells the most, so if you guys prefer to only take that, we're more than happy just to give you this. I just wanted to give you the option that our medium and large size are also selling. Not as much as the small size, but that's why I enticed the margins were a little bit higher for those two items.
What's the percentage break between small, medium, and large?
Tough question. Didn't really do that calculation, but